keep your eyes wide open before marriage half shut afterwards. If you want to read about love and marriage, you've got to buy 2 separate books. A happy marriage is a selfless journey in which the happiness of another person is essential to your own. I don't want to be married just to be married. I can't think of anything lonelier than spending the rest of my life with someone I can't talk to, or worse, someone I can't be silent with. I know enough to know that no woman should ever marry a man who hated his mother. To keep your marriage brimming with love in the loving cup, whenever you're wrong, admit it. Whenever you're right, shut up. Love has nothing to do with what you are expecting to get, only with what you are expecting to give, which is everything. Marriage is an alliance entered into by a man who can't sleep with the window shut and a woman who can't sleep with the window open. By all means marry. If you get a good wife, you'll become happy. If you get a bad one, you'll become a philosopher. The great marriages are partnerships. It can't be a great marriage without being a partnership. What counts in making a happy marriage is not so much how compatible you are, but how you deal with incompatibility. It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife. When a man opens a car door for his wife, it's either a new car or a new wife. A good marriage is the union of 2 good forgivers. Marriage is not about age, it's about finding the right person. Marriage ultimately is the practice of becoming passionate friends. If there is such a thing as a good marriage, it is because it resembles friendship rather than love. It is not a lack of love, but a lack of friendship that makes unhappy marriages. Happy is the man who finds a true friend, and far happier is he who finds that true friend in his wife. Don't marry the person you think you can live with. Marry only the individual you think you can't live without. Any intelligent woman who reads the marriage contract and then goes into it deserves all the consequences. I think the best thing I can do is to be a distraction. A husband lives and breathes his work all day long. If he comes home to more table thumping, how can the poor man ever relax? Only choose in marriage a man whom you would choose as a friend if he were a woman. A husband is what is left of a lover after the nerve has been extracted. There is nothing in the world like the devotion of a married woman. It is a thing no married man knows anything about. Marriage is an attempt to solve problems together, which you didn't even have when you were on your own. Where there's marriage without love, there will be love without marriage. Before marriage, a girl has to make love to a man to hold him. After marriage, she has to hold him to make love to him. Men have a much better time of it than women. For one thing, they marry later. For another thing, they die earlier. Marriage is like putting your hand into a bag of snakes in the hope of pulling out an eel. All that a husband or wife really wants is to be pitied a little, praised a little, and appreciated a little. Marriage is miserable unless you find the right person that is your soulmate, and that takes a lot of looking. He that love not his wife and children feeds a lioness at home and broods a nest of sorrows. We are properly ready for marriage when we are strong enough to embrace a life of frustration. The secret of a happy marriage is finding the right person. You know they're right if you love to be with them all the time. Never get married in college. It's hard to get a start if a prospective employer finds you've already made one mistake. I have learned that only two things are necessary to keep one's wife happy. First, let her think she's having her own way. And second, let her have it. You know it's never 50-50 in a marriage. It's always 70-30 or 60-40. Someone falls in love first. Someone puts someone else up on a pedestal. Someone works very hard to keep things rolling smoothly. Someone else sails along for the ride.